Friday, November 17th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. How the hell are you? Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Tony. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. Oh, it looks like I might have that camera set just a little bit high. Y'all aren't supposed to see them tacks up there. Let me, bloop. There it goes. So, the end of another week for all those poor working folk out there that slave away for the man and just never get the love back. I know it's been a busy week for me. I've worked every day. I got really lucky. I had today off, so it gave me a time or give me a chance to do a live stream, catch up on some videos. Uh, you know, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna hit the green screen and start doing some intros and outros and stuff that I've not had a chance to do in a long time because I've been so bloody busy. I'm either rushing around here in the morning trying to find content, or I tried. It's bloody. I keep forgetting you're over in Australia. It's 8, 9, you're 12, 13, 14. You're 16 hours ahead of us. So yeah, it's midnight over there where you're at. Yeah, 16 hours. But yeah, it's either rushing around in the morning or so bloody tired and my knees are hurting and my ankles are hurting and stuff because just can't. There's no place around here. I have to order actual restaurant shoes online, and well, y'all know that situation. Psst, that's not gonna bloody happen. Visiting Dad. Good to see you. Long time no see, man. Hope you're feeling better. I seen your post last week. I think it was maybe week before last, where you weren't feeling too awful well. You were hoping to get back out. So I mean, I hope you're doing a lot better. It's good to see you in here. Oh man. Let's go on and throw that up there real quick. That's something else I have to do today is sit down and actually film my little advertisement on our holiday charities that we try to support every year. We done really good last year, and I'm hoping to do better this year. We'll just have to wait and see. I know everybody was kind of struggling last year, just coming off of, that big, bad, extended 2.5 year sickness the world was under and everything. You're still kicking? You can't beat kicking, man. That's always a good thing. That's always it's always something I'm thankful for every day. The wife was actually awake this morning when I woke up, and she had just woke up and went to the bathroom and was just crawling back in bed when I woke up, and she's like, "You're not getting up, are you? It's only 10 after 2." I'm like, "Yeah," I said, "but we got bum rushed for a lunch rush yesterday at the bar. I busted my booty from, instead of our normal lunch rush, which is usually about 11 o'clock till 1, this literally was 5 minutes after 11 until about 3:30. And it wasn't our normal 15 or 20 or 30 people. I think at one point in time we had 50 people in there, and total, all in all, for that period of time. We done over 70 different orders or 70 different people. So yeah, it was a little rough to say the least. I did get my truck fixed after buying a metric tubing wrenches that I didn't use. Go figure. Spent 50, $60, but it turned out that I had the shit here to fix it already. Well, at least now you have a set of metric tubing wrenches that may come in handy for one of the girls' cars, or who knows, when the wife retires and maybe she'll get a new car. And um, yeah, it was a pretty busy day. It was one of our busiest. It was definitely our busiest for the week. Um, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We're getting ready to debut a brand new. Um, we're getting ready to debut a brand new menu first of next week with some new meals on it. Um, we're getting rid of some of the less used appetizers and things. Um, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We're starting to get more business people in and less of um, the elderly, or the labor workers, or the highway people. We're starting to get more business people that are coming in and doing their business meetings. So they want that little bit of higher quality of cuisine. So um, I already did. They're called vice grips. Well, there you go. I don't know. I gave up working on any kind of a vehicle post what, 1975, 1978. I have no problem working on cars from that were made from 78 back. Before they started being a mobile home computer shoved up under the hood. Um, I remember 16 years old, um, with my dad and my 67 Ford, just completely gutting everything under the hood. Taking everything apart. They had daggers. Good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good this morning. But I remember taking off the air cleaner, taking off the intake manifold, taking off the exhaust manifold, taking the block out, just completely stripping it all the way down to the oil pan. And you have the bell housing for the transmission with the flywheel sitting there. Uh, and then completely rebuilding it. It was no problem. But then you get up into the late 70s and everything. They start putting computer terminals in there, and human. What do they call those? Human interface. Human HTIs. Human technical interfaces, like my wife's Chevy has now. And when it goes out, it takes everything out. It takes the blower motor out. It takes the air conditioner out. It takes the radio out. It takes everything out. It's always good to change out the menu. Yeah, that's what I think. We're still I'm still working on, different pizzas and stuff, putting them up there. We run different specials every day. Of course, we have, like, Taco Tuesday, Wing Wednesday, Burger Thursday, burgers, cheeseburgers. Of course, I threw in the cowboy burger. Hey, Gunny, good to see you. Um, it's And then different pizzas, the chicken parmesan pizza, the chicken bacon ranch pizza, Philly steak and cheese pizza. I'm actually going to talk to the owners because we're going to start this thing where the different cooks have got a specialty that they'll prepare when they're the kitchen head for that shift. And I'm looking at creating my own version of a Chicago style stuffed pizza. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That's not bad. OBDI. Does the car tell you where to look? Oh man, I'm doing good. Thank you. By the time things are done with a poor person will not be able to afford a car. Oh, tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. With the way things have been for the last week, last has it been a week? I think it's been a week. Um, no, 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. You know, with everything becoming, computerized and stuff like that. Good morning, Derek. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since the nasty stuff happened with the mortgage company, and you guys all know that story. Those of you that have been in here. Um, I mean, it's gotten better, but in a sense, it's gotten worse because we thought we had everything figured out. Where, um, you know, first came out the mortgage payment 4 days before it was supposed to. It came out on Tuesday. It's supposed to come out on Friday. When we both got paid, but it didn't. It came out on Tuesday, which threw us into a almost $650 negative, and then over the next 2 days, when the rest of the bills came out, since it was already in the negative, it went from $630 to $1,024, and my wife's check, went into the bank and it was gone. Overdraft fees and paying everything and back to the bank and blah 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 blah. And then the other utilities came out last week. So, you know, it went from here to here to here and back to here. So her check's going to have to go in again Monday and cover everything. So, yeah, I what do you do? What do? You don't roll over and suffocate yourself. You keep right on going. I'm old school mechanic, but I do not mind computers. Man, I do. I do. I can't. I have a hard time working a computer here on the desk, let alone up underneath the hood of a vehicle. And besides that, I don't have any of the equipment to do it. So, yep, that's exactly it, bud. That's exactly it, Gunny. One foot in front of the other. You get up, you thank the good Lord for giving you one more day, regardless of how much weight's on your shoulders. Um, you just keep going. Each step may be a struggle, but sooner or later you're able to stand up more and a little more and a little more, and those blocks start falling off your back. And hey, what do you do? Great video you put out yesterday. Thank you. Thank you. That was actually one of the things, when I made the thumbnail for this morning's stream. The videos are something that was on my mind because I remember here just a few months ago. I remember here just a few months ago that our videos, and if you go back and look at some of the videos, the views of them and stuff, you know, um, we were getting 50, 30, 50, 60, 100, sometimes more than 100 views per video. And then all of a sudden, some of the videos don't have 14 or 15 views. Some of them, most of them, don't have 30 views here in the last couple months. And it's like, I was sitting here and I've got the little vidIQ attachment on my screen up here on the computer. And I was looking at it when I got up this morning. It was what, 100 some odd views in the last 48 hours. In the last hour, 0 views. And well, right now it's saying in the last hour there's been 4 views and we're up to 159. So it's always important to share them out, and um, you know, especially if it's a decent video, which I'm hoping, putting my pretty punum back on the intros and stuff again, and finding the time to put a little bit more personal into them. Um, that it'll start picking things up again. Let me see here. I have heard a little about the Milgram experiment. I'm more familiar with MK Ultra and the Philadelphia experiment. Yeah, I'd really like to do something with the Philadelphia experiment. Um, that it's really, really hard to differentiate fact from fiction with the Philadelphia experiment because there was really not many witnesses to its disappearing, reappearing, and then disappearing, reappearing. And what witnesses they were, that science is calling them uncredited witnesses. What do a bunch of naval personnel know, and how credible are they? So, good morning, Blaine. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. I don't think we ever got more than 50 views for early watch. Thank you, Debbie, for putting up everybody's channel links and stuff. Can always rely on Debbie for that one. And how in the hell at midnight, where she's at, she's got the energy or even the clear enough vision to be able to put all these links up? I'll never know. At midnight, I'm usually, but then again, I'm also, completely legally blind now, by the way. In my right eye, and my left eye's going, so yeah, I couldn't do all the link things even at my best time of the day. Some folks are night owls. Obviously so. Obviously so. I really honestly wish Debbie wasn't, clear across the ocean and so far south. I'd love to have her out at an investigation sometime. It might actually keep me motivated to stay out later. Oh, who's dinging my bell? Oh, it's the wife. vampires. So enough about me. How the hell are you guys doing? Haven't talked to you in a week. Some of you guys haven't seen it longer than that. I'm an insomniac. God, I used to be. I'm so thankful I'm not anymore. I could not do at 55 what I done at 25 or 30. I think I was 30. I think I was 33 the last time that I had a bout of insomnia, and that was my no, wait, let me think. 20, yeah, that's about 33 when I had that 9 day bout of insomnia, and I was I was damn near hospitalized. I was starting to hallucinate. I was I couldn't get comfortable. I started getting an energy burst, and I was jittery, and at 4 days, my ex girlfriend had taken me to the hospital and got me sleeping pills when we explained things to the doctor. And it said, do not try to drive, do not try to operate machinery, lay down, take 2 of these pills. You will be passed out within an hour, and you will sleep up to 12 hours. I took 2 of the pills. I fell asleep about an hour and a half later, and I slept for 3 hours, and I was up for the rest of that time. So, but that was it. It's like my body completely shut down and then restarted, and I didn't have insomnia anymore. Been sick. Channel has gone to crap. Your channel will never go to crap, man. You are too good at what you do. Even those little walks that you used to do, when you'd get up and just walk out and film the neighborhood and stuff like that. You're loved them. Your channel will never go to crap. Driving my son to a doctor's appointment, figured I would hop on and say, hey. Well, hey, Brenna. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing good this morning. Have a great day off to work. Gotta go. All right, Blaine, you take care of yourself, bud. Have a good day at work, and we'll catch you later, bud. Let me see here. I'd love to collaborate with you if you come to Australia. 1,286-hectare cemetery. The neighbors are dead quiet. Best kind of neighbors to have. I was at sleep clinic. I was given 6 Ambien and still no sleep, and I drove home. Well, that's never a good thing. Over 1 million graves. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I have one of those routine checkups next Wednesday. So that's oh, I forgot. I completely forgot. That was the other big kicker with um, everything that happened. Um, we after all that stuff, financially happened, I went to, take my last in my belly for the diabetes, and then I called the doctor to renew it, and my insurance had lapsed, but no one ever notified me to tell me the insurance had lapsed. Supposedly they sent something in the mail 2 months ago, but since I always get the mail and read all the mail, but I think we finally got the insurance back. I'm going to call the doctor today. It just came in the mail yesterday. I'm going to call the doctor today and see if I can finally get that diabetes medicine and everything that I've not been able to take for 2 weeks. So, yeah, I do not sleep if not in my bed. Oh, now see, I sleep better outside camping than I do inside the house. I don't know if I should do a live of me getting a haircut and a shave today. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. I would, just for the giggles of it. I would. But make sure when they're giving you the shave, especially if they're using a straight razor, make sure and tell your barber to pretend he's got the hiccups. It's going to be much more dramatic that way, especially if he's talking to you constantly, because, then when he starts to, now hold still. Yep, see? Vampire. She don't like the sun. Definitely a vampire.
Thanks for the old lady reminder. Because I sure could have been like, bye.
Well, I was getting ready to start the live stream, and I thought, well, I might want to remind her that, she can't just walk by and yell bye.
Yeah, yes.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Have a good day.
Talk to Trevor. Apparently they're not giving them turkeys this year, so we got to buy turkey.
Okay, well, thank God they're like super cheap.
Yeah, I'm going to stop to Save a Lot after work. You get paid today, so that's wonderful.
Yep.
And,
Thanksgiving's next Thursday.
Yes, but we're having it Wednesday.
Because you're off work.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, that's good. That means we don't have to wait till 5 o'clock at night to have Thanksgiving lunch.
No. It's going to be at 2. All right, I love you.
Love you too, babe. Have a good day.
You work today now?
Nope.
All right, cool beans.
In here. I don't sleep, not in my bed. Anything goes on YouTube. You are mighty liberal with other people's necks. No, that's my whole point. Pretend he has the hiccups. So, he's sitting there sharp, got the razor going back on the razor strop, and, now hold still. Pretend. We don't want Derek's throat cut while he's getting a shave. That's why he, pretends. Time. I never slept a lot. Usually 5 hours a night for all my life. We can sleep when we're dead. That's what my grandpa always said. I am listening. I'm working on the computer. One of these days, I need to actually, one of these days when I become independently wealthy, and however, I need to actually get a computer instead of a tablet that I've got my screen plugged into, so I can actually. No, it's not a tablet. It's a notebook. That's what it is. It's a notebook. I need to actually get one that can I can do my editing and stuff on again, because you know the poor old phone is finally starting to wear out. It's the touch screen's not even responding as well anymore. So yeah, who knows? Anything funny and dangerous will get views. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I wake up every hour on the hour. I usually wake up 2 or 3 times a night. By the time I get off work, come home, get the dishes done, uh, we cook dinner, we do those dishes, get the house clean for the next day, and, finally get settled down. It's 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock. Then we sit down. We start watching movies. I can't remember what we were watching last night. It was really good though. Oh, I know what I was watching. We were on Netflix watching a show called Face Off. Um, they bring in a bunch of special effects makeup artists from around the country and Canada, and um, they um, they compete for, I think it's a $20,000 cash prize, a full makeup, special effects makeup kit, and a new car, and a chance to be a guest speaker at some large convention of special effects makeup artists. And the wife has not been watching the new seasons with me. I've been watching them by myself. So I went back to episode 1 of the new season so she could catch up. And I fell asleep like at the 4th episode. So, little after 9 or so. But I woke up at 12:30, 1 o'clock. 12:30, I woke up. And it was on like episode 11. So it had surpassed episode 8 where I was needing to start back up again. So I had to, back it back up. Then I shut it off and just turned on something else, turned the volume way down, went back to sleep for an hour and a half. So I also have a funeral home down my street. I'm close to Australia's oldest Gothic cemetery dating back to the late 1700s. That would be very interesting. I have sleep apnea myself. Sleeping is an endeavor. The wife has sleep apnea too, and yeah, she had a machine for a while, but they only want her to use it a certain amount of time each night, and it's really stupid because they only want her to use it for like 2 hours a night, and a lot of times she would go to sleep with this thing on, and it'd be on half the night, and the insurance took it away from her for overuse. So eh, here's this problem that you have with your body that needs this machine to not risk your life, but they take it away because you're using it. They forgot everything stupid will give views as well. I have a sleeping disorder where I do not go into REM sleep. I do not dream. I wish I had that problem. Brain is on and off. Drew, that's a beautiful repeater rifle behind you. Is that a Winchester? No, this is actually a dummy pistol or a dummy gun. Um, oh, I forgot. I got it. It's actually a dummy. Henry. It was given to me by a very good friend. uh, just to use as a prop. But yeah, it's a complete dummy, but it's operational. It's got the where's it at? Oh, it's clear back here. It's got the loader in it and everything, where you could um, yeah. There you go, Gunny. You got it. Yeah, I borrowed it from the ATF or AFT, ATF. Prop, fake, fake, fake. Yep, there you go. I'm 105 subs away from 2K. We'll be having a 2K party. We'll give away cash prizes. Must be a subscriber. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, there you go, guys. We need to bump Visiting Dad Adventures up to that 2K so he can have his little party. Be kind of cool. Hopefully, I'll be off work and I can, join into the party as well and celebrate with him. Dummy gun. When I had sleep apnea, I would stop breathing in my sleep. I'd wake up gasping for air. What kind of cigars do I smoke? I smoke a brand of cigar called Supreme Blend. They're actually made in Dallas, Texas, and they're extremely cheap, but they're good. They're a good quality cigar. A good quality cigar, but I mean, you're getting 5 of them for $1.50. A whole box of them cost me $23. So, I get a whole box of them for what the wife pays, for less than the wife pays for 3 packs of cigarettes. I got Tyler into binge watching Harry Potter with me this week. Wait, what was that? If it don't expel bullets, it is not functional. Yeah, exactly. It has functional pieces on it, but the gun itself don't function. I like Potter. I binge watch sometimes. Yeah, all of the Potter movies are on some of the different streaming services, and I've been catching them as I can, watching them when I get bored or something like that. Sometimes I have to, break them up, like watch part of one before I go to work and finish it when I get home, but it's fun. I'm already subbed to Visiting Dad. Good, good, good. Could wear one of those masks. The big D. Harry Potter is my favorite. Haha. I like me some Harry Potter. No mask on me. I have them all on Blu-ray. There you go. Hey, Deb. Good to see you, bud. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. We have a friend. Well, it's our friend, but it's Steph's friend from school. Her and her husband just went to Universal Studios in Florida, and they pretty much spent an entire day in the Harry Potter part of Universal Studios. And she said it was just the most epic place she's ever been. She is a regional, no, she's a district supervisor for Pizza Hut, and her husband is a professional chef, and they had never been there. They wanted to go and check it out, and they said it was just the most amazing place they'd ever been. Diagon Alley, Green Gots. Said it's all right there, and it's so cool. He ate my socks. Ravenclaw. Derek, I'm doing a little better. Hope to get back at it next week. Man, we hope so. Before you know, there's snow all over the ground and everything. I'm really hoping the snow holds off here. So maybe the investigation that I went on with Ferris the Fam last week isn't our last cemetery that we get to do this season. Because that one there just, uh, if y'all watched the video, if y'all watched the video this past Tuesday, though we got some really good responses in the investigation portion of it, the best responses we got was from the crazy drunk redneck that drove up on us and started being a bunghole. So, and then, he tried to hit us when we pulled out of the cemetery, and then he chased us almost all the way back to town. So, yeah, it was, yeah, yep. Bet you didn't know you could shine deer with an EMF detector, did you? Apparently you can. According to the thing on Pottermore, no snow coming next week. Awesome. Awesome. I know next Wednesday we're supposed to have a high of like 36 degrees, but there's only like a 20% chance of any precipitation. So I can do the cold temperatures. I can do the snow. I just prefer to do the cold temperatures without the snow. So as long as I got snow on Christmas Day, all I care about. A washer going. Do you have a washer going in the background? No, I got a coffee maker going in the background. I'm ready for snow. What? Don't ghosts play in the snow? Well, yeah, I'm sure you can still get some decent readings and stuff like that when you take your equipment out to a cemetery or something. But it's really hard, to find the graves and read them when you've got, wet, sticky snow piled up all over the ground and, caked on the face of the gravestones and things like that. So, yeah, they're still out there playing around in the snow. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be easy or a comfortable investigation. I went to the Harry Potter Halloween costume theme party dressed as Slytherin. Yes, I bring a sock for Dobby. Poor Dobby. Poor Dobby. My dad pick up, play with. Very north are getting snow. Good morning, Stephen. Good to see you, bud. Glad you could join us. Time. My uncles used to tell us that raccoons would never get out in the snow. I thought about it. I figured that made no sense. Yeah, 'cause I see raccoons out in the snow all the time. I don't know what he was talking about. You always got people who can't mind their own business. So we went out and saw mini coon tracks in the snow. Today is November 17th, and a new horror movies in theaters. Pilgrim slasher named John Carver, and movies called Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know the wife kind of wants to see that, but she's into those horror slasher. I was always into like 70s, 80s, and early 90s horror. She likes the later gore stuff, the more blood and guts and spilled intestines and disemboweling and stuff that's shown on film, the more she likes it. Now, I have to admit, the other night we sat down and actually watched The Nun 2. Oh, the jump scares in that movie are so good. She actually threw her phone across the room once and hit her head on the wall once and almost threw her phone across the room two more times. So, uh, yeah, it was well worth sitting down and watching that movie. But yeah, I think we kind of want to see that Thanksgiving. It looks like it could be very interesting. Figured that with my uncle who never went in the snow. I'm going to do a live Amazon unboxing tonight. Very cool. Let's just see your package, Derek. um, um, Due to mixed company, this channel does not in any way support nor deny anyone's interest in Derek's package. That's our viewer warning. Today was the day I was supposed to start Sidewalk Santa, but it's raining. I need to get back to my community. Had a little accident first time I watched The Ring. Just keep that between us. I do it to give back, and see that's one of the reasons that I feel so strongly about the the Toys for Tots or the Adopt a Family or the Secret Santa thing here in my community. Number one, it's such a small town, but when businesses close down and people, lose their jobs or families that are still paying for problems that happened with family members during the pandemic and things like that. Some of them are still being affected today, and it's sad and just the slightest little bit can completely change someone's day or change their Christmas or their Thanksgiving or something around. Just that little bit of kindness, that little bit of love, just can completely change someone's world. And that's why I'm so big on that. Even though my own family's suffering and, we may have to postpone Christmas for a couple months, um, you have to think of other people. I believe that the good that you put out in the world always has a way of finding its way back to you. And I don't know. That's just how I was raised, I guess. Um, I don't know. Hate the player, hate the game. You have no game. Damn, that's cold. Don't worry. I know each other. We pull each other's leg a lot. At least I do not need tweezers and a magnifying glass. Ouch! Dang! Shoot! Always thought you was getting a cold dip in temps next week. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Like I said, we're supposed to next Wednesday. Um, up until next Wednesday, our temperatures are 650s Fahrenheit, and next Wednesday our high is supposed to be 36. So you know, and after that, I don't know. That's as far as the extended forecast went when I looked at it a couple days ago. But I know there's only like a 20% chance of precipitation. But still, 36 and windy. Yeah, that can get a little chilly. There might be some snow. Who knows? Um, I have no problem finding mine. What's it like outside in your area? Right now, it is, let's see here. Right now, it is 52 degrees outside. It looks like 52 and cloudy. So, yep, that's how it is out here. You still think your left thumb is yours? Wow. It's almost worth just coming in here and sitting really quiet and letting these two go at each other. Who knows? Maybe one of these days we'll get them. We'll get them both on a live stream, and I'll just kind of sit between them and just let them go back and forth at each other. It could be interesting. It could be funny. But it's guaranteed there's going to be a whole lot of "don't" involved in that one. Here we get a dusting of snow, I think, on Wednesday. A little higher at 54, but it feels like 46, 48-ish, 51. Overcast, there's no snow in the 10-day. I live close to Toronto. The savings ends. It means sun will setting down early. It'll be dark early. Oh yeah, it's been getting dark here right around 6:30. So yeah, let me know, Drew. I will bring Derek's worst enemy to play Elmo. Yup. Don't touch me, Elmo. Hey, Squatch. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well this morning. Thanks for joining us, man. Glub, 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 glub. Right now in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, temps in the mid 60s and cloudy. Well, I mean, it's better than being in the mid 20s and white. Oh, that was nice. That's very nice visiting Dad. Debbie could definitely use the help getting her supporters up and stuff like that. It's very kind. 4 or 5 hour drive north from me. They have a foot of snow. Yeah, I can't wait to see what winter brings here. They're talking about warmer than normal temperatures. So logically, they're also talking about above normal snowfall. So, we probably won't see as many of the negatives and the single digits, um, but we're definitely going to get an increase in snowfall. Of course, the warmer the temperatures, the closer the temperatures get to the point of freezing, the more snow's going to fall. So, Derek, you live in the toilet of Windsor, Detroit. He's a lot closer to me though. So, when he actually gets a chance to get down here into Michigan, um, you know, me and Derek can hang out. We had freezing rain here last week. Should have seen the drivers. Oh, I bet that was hilarious. To me, one of the greatest things about when I lived in Texas was when I was driving a cab and coming from the north, being used to snow. I would go down there and I would park on park, just off of an intersection or something like that. Watch people slide through intersections. My personal favorite was uh, driving down the interstate or something and watching people hit the on ramp and try to be doing 75 or 80 when they come off the on ramp and try to straighten their car out and would bounce the driver's side of their car off the center divider. Um, yeah, it's like a foosball table, watching the puck bounce around and stuff like that. So seeing the drivers, it's very every year. The first one telling you no. First of years. Highlights of all pools. You think all season tires will work with ice and snow? Yeah, all season tires do not work with ice and snow. Lisa M.H., good to see you. Hello back to you in the UK. You are in Michigan? Yep, I sure am visiting, Dad. About 15 minutes north of Indiana. I'm right down here in the southwest part of Michigan. Seriously, you can email or DM me on Instagram. Any of you are in Sydney. Always wanted to scuba dive in the Detroit River out of curiosity to see what's down there. I don't know if I'd want to get in the Detroit River or not. There's so much pollution and stuff in the Detroit River. I'd be afraid what's mutated down there. Star's the only thing I found that works with ice and chains. Yeah, definitely chains. Sadly enough, a lot of states have outlawed putting chains on your tires because they say it tears up the roads. I believe the state neglecting to fix the roads tears up the roads, but I don't know. Practice an outhouse first, Eric. Be like the Detroit River. Yeah. Wow. Wow. The only thing you'll find in a river is crocodiles and eels. Yeah, crocodiles with two heads and glow in the dark, and yeah. Nope. I'm going to stay out of the polluted rivers, the same as I'm going to stay out of scuba diving in the Great Lakes, um, or you know, swimming in the ocean with a leaky bag of blood tied around my waist. I try to stay out of large bodies of water where there are things big enough to eat me and things that are interested in eating me. Good morning, Drew and everybody. Just listening as I head out countryside today. Good morning, Jay. Good to see you, bud. Be careful out there today, man. You know how those asshats are. out on the roads. Santee, what is up, my friend? Hope you're doing well today. I have a theory that Jimmy Hoffa is in the Detroit River. Think so? I thought he was under the. I thought he was under the football stadium or a building downtown or something like that. Think he's in the Detroit River? I figured they'd give him a more proper send off than just throwing him in the river like they did anybody else that um, they didn't like. I mean, he done a little bit more damage to him, so I figured, they'd give him a really special, you know. Come in, and Drew's talking about getting eaten in the water. That's why I won't go on a cruise. I stay out of water where there are things big enough to eat me. Especially, the ocean where there are things big enough to eat me without even chewing. Hop is in the concrete of the stadium. That's what I always thought. Yeah, a building that has been confirmed, which one was never found out. No, 99.9% positive he's in the Detroit River. Well, if that's the case, then, snapping turtles and catfish and everything else have done already taken care of him. So there might be 2,000 skeletons at the bottom of the river, but they're going to be hard as hell to tell identities on because, well, there's not going to be anything left to them. It's hard telling, though. Really, that's going to be one of those. That's going to be one of those mysteries that live on forever. Generations and generations from now, people are still going to be saying, "Whatever happened to Jimmy Hoffa?" Who knows? I gotta head out. Enjoyed the live. Have an awesome day, my friend. You too, bud. You too. You take care of yourself. Get back to that 120%, man. Um, can't wait to see you back out and around. But you take care. Thanks for coming in, and we'll catch you later. I would venture to say most people these days fucking clue who Hoffa is. Yeah, um, there's a good possibility of that. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't know who Jimmy Hoffa is. Jimmy Hoffa is like Amelia Earhart, Lost Navy Squadron, and D.B. Cooper. Yeah. Main theory is he was dumped in a vat of acid. That's always a possibility too. I mean, like I said, it's just going to be one of those mysteries that history left behind. Yes, D.B. Cooper. Now that's one that's always interested me. Um, Morning all. Hey Jan, good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well this morning. I actually got today off so I could do the stream and catch up on videos and stuff. So, it's going to be a lot of work here in the studio today. Um, but yeah, DB Cooper, you know, I really honestly believe that, you know, Cooper survived that jump. And though there have been um, some of the bills found, I think they found 15 or 20 of the bills. That doesn't necessarily mean that he perished in that jump. I mean, it's just if he would have have died in that jump and the the bag have gotten messed up or gotten ripped open or torn apart by animals or something like that, there would have been a lot more than the small amount of money that was found. It really honestly, yeah, no, that it would have definitely been a lot more. And I think we have the idea that he might have gotten away alive with most of the money, definitely so. Morning, JJ. Talk to you later. Some of your favorite shows. I like watching 6 Feet Under. Um, quite honestly, I don't watch very many shows. What little bit of time the wife and I get to spend together with us both working, we spend more time catching up on movies and stuff. Hold on. Well, that hurt. Wow. It's like having a hot poker stuck in your eye. Money, D.B. Cooper robs the bank, hijacks passenger plane, skydives out into obscurity. Yeah, definitely. If you're into FBI criminals, look up Mindhunter. Now, my wife is very much into the unsolved, um, either the unsolved murder cases or cold cases, things like that. I personally don't like the idea of married women watching what I like to refer to as murder porn. Um, you know, how did this woman kill her husband and never get caught for the crime? I just think that's an instruction manual. For the first time, we piss them off. I mean, it's just, yeah. It's like, okay, well, I can't suffocate him because his lungs will show that he's been suffocated. I can't electrocute him in the bathtub because his body's going to show that he was electrocuted and didn't just drown. So how can I do this and it never be pinned on? I think it's an instruction manual. The idea of the guy tossing a handful of cash out as a ruse, he seemed to be that clever. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's when they start profiling the criminal mind, pre-planning point. Exactly. I love researching unsolved murders. We have quite a few here in Ontario. 2 of them I've been looking into. It's like a TV show, How to Commit Murder. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Debbie. I don't. I get bored with it personally. Now, granted, I like watching the cold cases, the unsolved stuff. It's like that video I done here a couple months ago about the box lady in Indiana. You know, local farmers report a helicopter flying very low over the fields. And then just a couple hours later, while the farmer's out on his combine working in the field, he spots a large cardboard box. It's all wrapped in plastic and tape and stuff. And when he gets off the combine to check it out, you know, he realizes that it's a big box. It's very heavy, and he goes and gets his father-in-law, and they take the truck out. They load the box in the truck. They take it back to the farm. They tear the corner on it, and they see what looks like a body. You know, no fingerprints, no discernible markings on the body anywhere. Jewelry's there, everything's there. Just no ID, and they have no clue who this woman was that was in this box, and who had the money to get a helicopter to drop this box out in the middle of this field. So, I mean, it's weird little things like that. Hey, Bud Files, good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Glad you could join us. I'm also into mysterious disappearances such as the Lost Navy Squadron from the 40s and the Lost Colony of Roanoke. Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's those mysterious things. It's the whole mystery thing. As human beings, we are all attracted to a good mystery. You know, how could this have happened? What could have possibly happened here? What, you know, the Roanoke colony migrated to the next island south. Yeah, Croatoan. Now, there has been items unearthed on Croatoan that kind of support the fact that certain people from Roanoke had been there, but they haven't found a lot of artifacts that weren't native in origin. They have found certain things, but just, not a lot to support a colonization to Croatoan. So that's, once again, that just adds to the mystery. Of course, you've got the Dare stones showing movement on the mainland and heading south and then veering off to the southwest a little bit. Once again, possible clue to what happened to the folks from Roanoke. So let me see here. There were natives with gray eyes. Yes. Yes. You are correct. There were. Hey everyone. Sorry I basically missed the stream. Couldn't sleep last night. That's because you spent all night long watching Harry Potter. We done already heard the story. Your woman's done already been here and told the tales, but you're you're doing the Harry Potter thing, and that's good. That's good. I'm not going to bash you for liking Potter. I like Potter, so that's fine. You just do your Potter thing. Shared you out everywhere before leaving, my friend. Thank you, visiting, Dad. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Speaking of which, let me see. Where am I at? Where am I at? There I am. going to sneeze again. We're not going to sneeze again. And boom. And there we go. That's okay. I was in such a rush to get in here and see y'all this morning, I forgot to share me out. So I'm kind of glad that you said something, because I just about didn't share me out. Maybe she should have told you the real reason. So did you do the Fantastic Beasts too? I've glanced at the Fantastic Beasts, but I don't watch new things without Steph. So, though I watched the first few minutes of it to get an idea of what it was like. No, I've not watched Fantastic Beasts all the way through. Love to spend a few nights or a week in Vlad's Castle in Romania. Oh, I'd love to go to Vlad's Castle in Romania. That would just be amazing. And who knows, maybe one day, before we're too old to enjoy it, we'll be like some of those bigger YouTube investigation teams that can afford to travel to different parts of the world and not really have to spend any money out of your pocket to do it, and be able to investigate some of those really cool places, like Vlad's Castle. I kept having PTSD flashbacks and bad dreams. It isn't as good as Potter. Okay, well, I didn't expect it would be. PTSD flashbacks and bad dreams. Maybe she was talking about before that part. Maybe that's what she was talking about, was, before you actually went to bed, sitting there watching Harry Potter with her. I don't know. Aha. She went to bed early. Well, she needs to, because she works very hard at her job. We'll have to talk sometime about your PTSD, because though I've been diagnosed with PTSD from dying and the coma and things like that, mine's apparently not as bad as yours. So I don't know what a serious sufferer of PTSD goes through. I mean, I've met some veterans that suffered from PTSD, but I've not met anyone with extreme cases of post-traumatic stress disorder. So, yeah. And as for bad dreams, dude, I could tell you about some dreams that will straight up make your hair stand up. But that could possibly come from an overactive imagination too. So some of my nightmares um, can give you PTSD. I have I I am even intrigued with World War One and Two. Oh, there's some old battle sites, not just from World War One or World War Two, but wars previous to that that I would love to visit. Um, Not just for the paranormal aspect, but for the history aspect as well. She's off work today. I look at the World War Two stuff quite a bit. Dreams I have Grim Reaper in mind. Dude, you want to. God, it's funny you mentioned the Grim Reaper. Um, because I've had dreams before where I was the Grim Reaper. I mean, the fear of dying yourself is traumatizing. But being the one who goes to these people and, tells them, your time is up, you have to come with me, and, you know, looking in on their sleeping children, looking at their beautiful wife that's laying next to them, looking at uh, everything that they've struggled to build in their life, them begging and pleading to not be taken, that stuff can mess your head up. You could wake up in a terrible cold sweat from seeing stuff like that. I kept reliving the cop beating me, and hen house kept popping up. Oh, that right there would give me bad dreams. The Bowman of Mons was a paranormal sighting. Soldiers on both sides of the war both witnessed. Yeah, I think I've heard of that before. That sounds very familiar to me. The Bowman of Mons. I'll have to look into that because that sounds very familiar to me. Death is but a doorway. It's a very interesting way of looking at it, Tony. I mean, I've always thought of death as being another leg of the journey that our spirit takes through eternity. So yeah, I guess looking at death as a doorway would be one way of looking at it. I mean, whenever we go on an adventure or a trip of any kind, wow, that's better. It's been too long since I've sat and talked like this. I'm getting dried out. Um, did you guys know that when Marie Antoinette was beheaded, people saw her eyes moving? And a lot of people don't realize this, but I have heard that story about Marie Antoinette. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of people, um, when they pass away, some folks will actually open their eyes after they die. And because number one, muscles relax um, over a period of time, but the brain continues to fire for a short time after death. And there have been cases where after that stage of rigor mortis sets in and then um, lets loose, that the eyes will slowly open up. Uh, there have been cases before where people have opened their eyes at funerals, their own funeral. So yeah, that's very possible, very possible. Um, but anyway, I found some things here that would interest you. Well, we might just have to talk. You know me, I'm always interested in things that will interest me. Hopefully, it's a large bag of money that you and I can split with each other. Buried treasure. Were there pirates in Missouri? Oh, paranormal. Is it a paranormal big bag of money? Paranormal pirates. Pirate normal. Para. I don't know. And it's more than just a twitch. They found that movement occurred in all limbs after death, including the advanced decomposition stages. Yeah, yeah. There have been a lot of cases where they have exhumed a grave and found the body in a different position than what it was laid in the ground as. You know, back in the um, back in the older times, they would, when they laid somebody in the um, when they laid somebody in the casket to be buried, they would lay their arms, palm hands open at their sides. They didn't as much do the crossed hand thing. Um, but even at that, they have found people in more modern times. They're laid in there with either their fingers locked or together, and when they have exhumed their graves, they have found them with their arms up like this, down at their side, even like this, like like a person had at least tried to dig out. So um, after death, we move our muscles as a result of electromechanical reaction in our nerves. The chemicals that cause this reaction are stored in our nerve endings, and when we die, they're gradually released. Usually through the resulting movement is just a twitch. Very true. Very true. My God, who would have actually thought? Who would have actually thought that we would have a live stream that is educational? What the hell have we become? How dare we make our live streams educational? Amongst the many places I would love to investigate and do a historical vid is one of those places in Salem where the witch trial. Oh, definitely. Massachusetts has always been some place that I would absolutely positively love to visit. I've done a lot of research into the Salem witch trials, the Hill, where a lot of the hangings and stuff took place. Um, definitely someplace I would love to go. No, Deb, it's okay. We could be educational on occasion. It just don't have to be, a BS show. You know, it we can do education. I mean, don't forget Rusty used to come in here all the time and do today in history. So, it, yeah, I mean, we can do a little bit of education on occasion. For the folks that actually come in to learn something new, we can. It's all right. No pirates around here, but Native Americans use the river just outside town to travel. Lots of mysterious happenings. Last few days now, I smelled and heard things that aren't there. Wow, sounds very interesting. Some of the old graves would have a bell where the deceased. Yeah, yeah, because they didn't embalm people, and there was those few occasions where people were put into the ground. Um, well, or let's just say people were prepared for their funeral, and they were in a coma or something. And while they're being prepared or while they're at their funeral, they come out of that coma, and they start to move, they wake up, they're freaked out, everybody around them's freaked out, and they're like, oh my god, how many people have we put in the ground like this that wasn't really dead? So yes, they started putting the bell up there so people could jerk that string and ring the bell to let people on top of the ground know that they're still alive and stuff. um, Poor churches would put a bell above a person's grave with a string inside. If someone was buried alive, they'd ring the bell. Today it's time for me to check out, start delivering. Drew, have a great weekend. Be listening sometime this week. Everybody also have a great weekend. Love and peace. You too, Jay. Take care of yourself. Like I said, be careful out there, man. We know what those ass hats are like on the roads. Everybody in a rush and not watching what's around them. I'm sure your lovely wife would like you to, keep coming home. I think she's probably kind of got used to you by now. We're typing that at the same time. Ian, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good. Glad you could join us this morning. It's bugging me because of two courthouse fires. Lots of records were destroyed, but I've spoke with older natives, and they all say this town has a deep, dark history. Very interesting. Very interesting. Maybe it'd be worth going to your local library or going to um, your city records division and looking back into the old microfiche and stuff that's probably in the basement of either the courthouse or the library, and looking into the history of the town, the history of the land, things like that. Catamaca, Mexico, Harz Mountains, northern Germany, Ecuador, Philippines, the Jungfrun Islands, Sweden, Lima, Peru, all places I want to go for witch activity. Definitely. Definitely. So those definitely need to get with you. I'm a text away if I'm not busy, or a message away if I'm not if I'm near my phone anyway. Just like if there was a death in a house, people would cover the mirrors. They believe souls would be trapped in those mirrors. Makes sense. My wife, still to this day, will not let me buy a used mirror, regardless of how old it is or how antiquated it is. Whether it's a silverback mirror or whatever, she will not let me buy a used mirror. Um, because she thinks that, yeah, you never know what is in somebody's old used mirror. On a different note, Munchkin is coming for the weekend. Oh, cool. That's very cool. Be a nice little visit for you guys. Yeah, I've seen some beautiful, uh, beautiful mirrors at yard sales, garage sales. I've seen some beautiful antique mirrors, but she will not let me pick them up. And the mirror that used to hang out in the living room, I still have in here. We took it down before Grandma passed away when we got new wall hangings for the living room. But that was that was Grandma and Grandpa's mirror that hung over the couch before Grandma passed away. So I have the mirror that hung over here for a couple months. I still have it in here. So um, yeah, I know a lot about paranormal, supernatural, dark history. She'll get help Jay. She'll get help Jay put up outside Christmas decorations. Yep, that's going to come next weekend for me. I don't know. I don't know how much Christmas decorations we even have anymore. No one has spent any money in quite a few years on Christmas decorations. I know I'd like to do some stuff outside. We just don't have the stuff to do anything with, and ain't got the money to get stuff. So, but yeah, I know you guys do a beautiful. Um, Ain't happening, dude. I don't work today, and you're not tricking me into this. Watch him call back. That's the guy that's supposed to open this morning that always calls me and has me open for him because he can't get motivated by 10 o'clock in the morning. Probably because he's, like till 2 o'clock in the morning. A friend of mine has a mirror from Germany before the World Wars. Um, Often we found has eyes that appear and watch you. Oh, very cool. I'd love that. I've been smelling burning wood. Nobody's burning gunpowder. Been hearing shouting in agony in the distance. Yesterday was the first time I swore I heard a cannon blast in the distance. Very cool, Ty. Very cool. To be having that kind of activity um, in a town that's already got a very interesting history with, some of the former residents and stuff. So to have that kind of or that kind of interaction isn't really surprising, but very interesting. A new character on my YouTube channel coming soon. Very cool. Very cool. There's always room for new characters. I grew up haunted house and an empath. Ghosts come with the territory. Did you guys know that the Muffin Man nursery rhyme is actually based on an actual serial killer from the 1800s? Yes, yes, I have heard that before. That is very, very interesting, very, very true. I love buying French Victorian antique furnishings. I did a little bit on that. Very cool. I've had my experiences. I too am an empath. The origins of a lot of nursery rhymes are horrific. Yeah, they are. Um, Nursery rhymes, those little songs that we teach to our kids, that were taught to us, were taught to our parents, all have a very, very dark history and a very dark origin. No, go for it, Deb. Go for it. As long as you're blue in here, man, you can share anything you want. Now, I did not know that Santa Claus himself had a dark history. I knew that in the Germanic history, um, there was always the good and the evil. So you had Saint Nicholas or Cinder Claus, and then you had Krampus that worked the light and the dark side of things. But yeah, I didn't know that Santa Claus himself had a dark history. Um, Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. Yeah, the bubonic plague in Europe. You got those rosy red rings on your body, and they would cramp. They would cram posies and other flowers in your pockets and stuff like that to keep the stench away. Krampus and Saint Nicholas. That's the correct spelling. Well, Saint Nicholas. It was actually Cinder Claus, but yeah, Saint Nicholas. The old Gothic cemetery is next door to a park. They just removed the headstones. I guess some people have no idea what's laying under them, 6 feet under. Yeah, they never do. I'm really surprised he hasn't called back yet. He'll probably try. He'll probably try before 10 o'clock. But Nicholas was a German-Russian name. Hope you guys appreciate the fact that I dressed up a little bit for you this morning since I've not been on in a week. I figured when I finally let everybody see me again, they would they deserved prettiness. What you describe in terms of Santa Claus and Krampus. Also, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde is your classic case of split personalities disorder and the duality of man. Very well put. Can always count on you, Derek, to have them neat little tidbits of information that a lot of people don't know. But yeah, most definitely, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the definite the the definite split in the duality. Same thing with werewolves. To an extent, yeah. You know, you've got the good side of humanity, the helpful, the kind, the whatever the case may be, and then you've got that completely opposite mirrored image, the dark, the sinister, the 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 completely, you know, like I said, the complete opposite, the mirror reflection. So yeah, most definitely. That's a case of good versus evil within us, always fighting to do what is right. Photo negative. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Photo negative. Yeah. Yeah, regardless, you know, regardless of if you're a spiritual person or a religious person or whatever the case may be, you know, that universal battle for right versus wrong, good versus evil. It's always there. I mean, you know, even in our, not just on a spiritual or a religious level, but even on a human level, right here on our, in our world, you know, you have got, you've got people who want to do good, who do good, who help others, will give you the shirt off their back if you're in need of it, will give you the last dollar in their pocket if you need it more than they do. And then you've got those people who want to do nothing but harm. They want to emotionally harm, they want to physically harm, they take pleasure in giving harm to other people. You know, thank God I've never been a witness to this side. I grew up over here. And still to this day, you know, my parents' upbringing, you know, watching my dad pull up to a stop sign and or leaving a parking lot and seeing a homeless person sitting there. And my dad, you know, taking the change in his pocket or whatever, even if it's a couple handfuls of change, you know, $5, $10 worth of change, and putting it in somebody's cup or in a box or something. Um, the last time we had pockets full of change, and we ran across a homeless person or somebody that was in need or something, um, I would always, you know, pull the change out of my pocket or, you know, whatever, and give it to these people because regardless of how bad your own life is, regardless of how bad our own life is, there's always somebody out there that's a little worse off and may not have a job or may need help. And that's the main reason that I do our holiday charities, the you know, the Toys for Tot thing, or the Adopt a Family thing, or the Secret Santa thing, because there's always somebody. My daughter was just telling me the other day of of a kid at her school that's basically in the same boat that we're in. You know, her and her mom and her brother lived with her grandmother, and her grandmother passed away, and now they're fighting to try to find more money to save their home, to still be able to celebrate the holidays, to still be able, to live, but not. And I mean, it's not like us, there's $38,000 left to pay on this place. They were $10 or $12,000 away from having grandma's house paid off, and grandma passed away, and now they're trying to figure out where that extra $500 a month is going to come from, and um, how to still do Thanksgiving, how to still do Christmas, and save the 20 some odd years that grandma had paid on, grandma and grandpa when he was still alive had paid on that house. So I mean, here we are struggling, but here these people are even worse, because at least with us, there's me and Steph both working and both bringing in money, though the mortgage company kind of screwed us over a little bit and set us back, kind of threw us in a little bit of a hole for a couple months. These people are even worse off. So yeah, the only time I carry cash is when I go to the gun shop. I noticed your outfit very gentlemanly. Well, thank you. I do dress up on occasion. That's me. I really want a festival. Thank you, Deb. One act of kindness goes a long way. One smile can make someone's day. Yeah, exactly. Much like I said earlier in the stream, I believe that the goodness you put out in the world has a way of finding its way back to you. So, yeah, and even if you give somebody money and you help them, you're that goodness that you pass on to them, even if it does find its way back to you during your life, it may not be a financial boost, but it could be something as simple as your house catching fire and somebody pulling you and your family out, or helping you when you're stranded along the roadside, or God forbid, you're out working in your yard or something like that and you collapse. And the next door neighbor kid seeing you collapse and calling 911. That kindness always finds a way of coming back. No one needs to know how much I spend on what. There's a record. Guns I buy, but not cash. Exactly. Aside from paranormal, supernatural history, etc., I'm also into psychology and how the mind works. Have psychology books here. Read them plus over 20 years. And recovery. Very true. That's especially true for the missus. Yeah, there's a few things I'd like to have, just for me. But I sure as hell wouldn't include the missus in that stuff. Because I always hear, oh, that don't serve a purpose, it's a toy, it's this, it's that. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wow. Yeah, let's heat that up a little bit. Wow, that kicked my butt. But yeah, I agree with you, Tony. Maybe my thing's not guns. Maybe my thing is little pieces that I could use for this persona or for this hobby or something like that. And I'm always getting, well, that's not essential, that's not important, that serves no purpose, that's just a toy, whatever. But yeah, if there's no record, then there's no record. Kindness comes back tenfold. Very true. Well, nice to see you, Templar. Good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday to you. Glad you could join us. Even for the last few minutes, I'm still glad you could join us. She needs not know how many guns I got or how much each costs. Coffee versus Drew. Coffee win one, Drew zero. Yeah, that was pretty cold, which is really funny because I have absolutely no problem drinking iced coffee, but usually there's some flavor to it. It's not just coffee. Jay out splitting the wood. Nope, Jay's working. Jan's working, as a matter of fact. She's just, listening to us. Probably got all of her coworkers there laughing, listening to me gag on that coffee. Wow. I don't hide stuff, but I don't volunteer anything. Exactly. Exactly. I don't hide anything. I've if I ever got lucky enough to get my hands on one of those Spirit Halloween Ghostbuster packs, you know, I'd never hide it from her. She'd see me wearing it out with my Ghostbuster jumpsuit and everything, my, night vision goggles and all that stuff. But, I would never, tell her what was spent on it and stuff. That's why I make it a habit. When I do have money for Christmas, I get things for her, and I get things for our daughter, and I get things for, you know, her son and his fiance, and now the new baby. But I also go out and buy my own Christmas because if I don't, I get socks and T-shirts. Everybody else gets really cool stuff from me. I get socks and T-shirts. I have enough T-shirts. To her was when she caught me with a Walther CCP and bought it for her as a gift. I have knives and swords here, building my collection. See, that's what I've been trying to do is looking window shopping online for different swords and stuff like that I could use for different time periods. So yeah, that's been my big thing. It's going to be a while before I can get that collection built back up again, but you do what you can do. Some swords here in my collection. But all right, guys and gals, it is that time. It's time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. Time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. Interesting conversation when she asked me how much my Browning 22 cost. I bet it was. But 700 for a 22. Oh my God. Did she? Well, it's obviously she didn't choke you to death because you're still here. So I mean, that's always a good thing. But she was not impressed. Oh, so don't forget, guys. Keep your eyes open for the upcoming videos. Definitely share them out. Tell your friends that you share them out to share them out. We got to get these. We got to get these views and stuff back up, because right now we're in the process of trying to get everything monetized here. As you guys can see underneath the little video, there is a gray circle with a $sign in it and an X. That means monetized but not monetized. So we're in the process of getting it monetized again, and frankly it's going to be a huge waste of time if we're not making any money. So anyway, share them out, definitely like them, definitely comment. And don't forget, if you have ideas for upcoming videos, share it in the comment section. Let me know what you'd like to see, because I'm more than happy to do the work and do the videos. So that's it for today. I will try to be back on Monday morning. It just depends on the schedule that comes out Sunday evening, if I'm going to be able to be or not. But we'll do our best. So you guys have a great day. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll catch you all later.